Hello and welcome back to Empires of Europe 1700. So we're here at Ancona because obviously there's only, a handful of people here to defend, and we also have Naima here helping us out. I was actually very surprised to see her, to be honest, because I thought to myself, hey, you know what? There's no way she's going to come here because she's currently busy dealing with Genoa. I don't know whether she was successful in capturing it. I'm going to assume she probably wasn't, which is very disappointing, to be honest. Now, I can only say right now that what I'm actually going to do is every single time I am in some kind of neutral or friendly city, I'm going to go into the tavern and we're going to see if we can find some companions. Because basically, we're gonna need them. We're gonna need them to become vassals. And that's it. That's what we're gonna need. Because otherwise, we are going to have situations like this where we basically just... Well, we don't really have very many ways of... do anything, basically. You know, we are gonna have some big issues if we do not have enough people to help us out in this... rather weird. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is bad. Hello there. Oh, hello. Okay, just kill them all. Kill them all. Okay. That was fine. That was absolutely fine. I killed 54 people in that very quick little burst right there. And look at this. I got all my people in as well, which is actually hilarious because that has now basically gotten us the victory. That just goes to show that sometimes... just going all out for 5 to 10 seconds can really make a huge difference in the overall perspective of whether you're going to be, successful or not. Really funny. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not going to be taking any prisoners. No real point in that. They don't actually give much at all, surprisingly enough, in terms of money. And... yeah, we'll just show mercy right here. Now, oh, no, she did take it. Look at this. She actually did take it. Okay, fantastic. I left her alone because I was not sure whether she was going to take it or not. Okay, we're going to be giving this to Robert because he needs something. And I believe he actually owned it before, if I'm correct. I actually don't know about that. But yeah, anyway, manage the town. Let's just put a bunch of money in there. And as I said, no companions. Unfortunate. Okay, so as you can see, this is what's currently going on right now. We have some slight issues. Milan obviously is not taken back because it is technically a rebel faction now, so obviously we're not really going to be doing anything with that. And also Verona Castle is currently under siege. It is probably going to get taken sometime soon. However, what we could do... we are playing balanced right now. You know what? Considering we've... Okay. I'm going to do something here. We've taken back Genoa, right? Which is exactly what I wanted to do. And I actually would prefer to focus on the Holy Roman Empire rather than focusing on the Spanish, even though both of them are extremely annoying and I want them all to die. But, there isn't anything I can do about both of them right now. We kind of have to choose, don't we? We kind of have to choose. So what we're going to do is we'll just take this, I don't know, and yeah, we're probably going to make peace. We're going to make peace with the Spanish. We're going to pay them a little bit of cash. 670 is not really a huge amount, but it is kind of annoying that we have to pay them, even though we were actually defending against them quite nicely, to be honest. But, that's just how it goes. And otherwise, we are going to be fighting against Frederick William. And now, as I said to you in the previous episode, usually what I'm going to do now is... if I'm up against a faction that's really harsh, and I'm talking about this mostly, I'm talking about the Holy Roman Empire mostly, and maybe the Ottoman Empire as well, because apparently the Ottoman Empire is really strong for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, they're really strong. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have an overwhelming amount of power when it comes to executing them. So we're just going to execute them and then move on and we are going to try and see whether that actually makes any difference whatsoever, because it might not, you know. That's the funny thing. It might not make any difference at all, because, as I said to you before, the game might provide them with magical vassals. It very much depends. As I said, I don't actually know whether that is the case still or not. Okay, I do want to try and stay alive here if at all possible, because if I stay alive, this is going to dramatically increase the chances of us actually achieving victory, so I don't really want to get myself killed. Contrary to popular belief, you know, despite me charging in randomly all over the place, I generally do prefer staying alive if I can. I kind of wish there was a bandage system, you know? Kind of wish there was some way for me to just bandage myself and gain a small amount of HP back. I'm sure there's a mod or something like that out there that might do that, but I wish it was in the base game or something, you know. That would be kind of fun, but oh well, never mind. I mean, maybe they didn't know how to bandage back then. Who knows, you know? Maybe they didn't know anything about that. Obviously joking. Anyway, yeah, I think I should probably be fine here. As you can see, you know, splitting my units, like someone suggested, has definitely contributed to our overall success rate here, because we're able to spread our units out much more effectively. And as you can see, they're just doing complete and utter devastation to the opponent. They really don't have any worries at all here. Nice, nice, nice. Kill that guy. I don't really mind if I actually injure any of my own people, to be honest. And I think we're good. Yeah, I think we are actually good, and I can just hold down super speed, and then we can just finish them off. We do have... yeah, I should probably tell my people to charge in, actually. We do have the artillery to worry about, which is a little bit annoying, you know, a little bit annoying to deal with those. Oh, there they are. Kill that guy. And that one, and this one, and all of these. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Get them all dead. As many of them as possible. Thank you very much. And, well, I'm actually surprised we're not killing these guys faster, but I guess that's just how it goes. Shoot through all of them. There we go. Try to get a triple penetration. Yes, we always love that, don't we? And no, I don't have a melee weapon, so I will not be able to do a duel with you, sir. And there we have it. Very nice. I'm basically just trying to keep people off the artillery. That's it. Okay, hello there. Hello there. Goodbye. Funny. Alright, so there you go. We did end up losing 25 troops, but again... That's just the way the mod is, you know. You are going to lose people if you don't have an amazing amount of medicine skill, and indeed I don't. Well, I do have a pretty decent medicine skill, but I don't have, you know, an incredible amount. I don't have, like, you know, 275 or anything like that, so it is going to be a little bit... we're going to sustain more casualties than we would otherwise like, which is somewhat unfortunate, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Anyway, we'll just take some food, and then we'll just move on. I don't really mind too much about the cash. And, yeah, we're going to actually be executing these guys. Like I said, we're just going to execute these guys, because the Holy Roman Empire, they need to learn a lesson, okay? They need to learn a lesson, and this is the lesson I am willing to teach them, and hopefully... this is going to dramatically increase the chances of us being able to win against them, because we are so significantly at a disadvantage, you know? We have basically no troops. I mean, you know, we've got like, what, 3 vassals or something like that? And I obviously do want to find some more companions, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. But it is one of those things where it's very, very difficult to find good vassals. Sometimes, rebels in Ancona have risen against their... Wait a minute. I have forgiveness of debts. Why are they rebelling? The loyalty situation should be insanely good. Okay, you know what? I'm not a big fan of that, actually. We're going to do something about it. We're going to increase town loyalty even more. Let's see what we can do. There we go. Tribunes of the people. Let's do that. There we are. That's going to be fantastic. Town loyalty increased by 1 per day. That's really, really useful. And it only it only benefits me, the other thing, you know, the taxes or whatever it was. We could do this. Town security is increased by 1. That might be relatively useful. I quite like that, to be honest, but some other people might not. Yeah, bailiffs is okay too. Okay, yeah, we could do trial by jury. Let's do that. People are not going to be too pleased with this, but that's just because they're losing 1 influence per day. No offense, but I actually don't think this is really going to affect them that much. I think they have an insane amount of influence as it is, because they're just doing good, you know? They're just doing absolutely fantastically. Let's appoint some bailiffs as well, just to offset the fact that they're losing some influence from that as well. So that's pretty good, you know. That's not too bad. And we'll take magistrates as well, right? Why not? I mean, I think that seems pretty good. Even though they don't like it, I am gonna do it just because. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good, at least. I think it's good. I don't know whether that's a particularly amazing idea, but I'm thinking that it's probably gonna be nice. Because more security means more loyalty in the end, and I personally prefer that a great deal. Alright, so we're just going to go in here versus these guys. Did I actually execute all of them? Yeah, I did. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had done that. And there's a huge number of vassals in this particular army as well. So if we can capture them, execute them, we're going to have a great source of momentum. The momentum we're going to have is going to be incredible, and so much so that we might even be able to push forward into the Holy Roman Empire itself and actually have a decent shot at actually capturing a couple of things, you know? That would be really, really nice. Unfortunate for me that the enemy is coming at us really, really fast. Kind of annoying that they're doing that, but I can't really do much about it. Oh, did I just kill my own horse? Yep. I did just kill my own horse. Oh well, never mind. Okay, let's get these guys over here. These guys over here. There we go. Let's move them. And now we should be absolutely fine. I'm just going to move over here because I'm a sneaky. I'm a sneaky. That's what I'm doing. I'm sneaking. Boom. Oh yeah. See that? I come out of the trees and no one knows. No one knows that I came out of the trees right here because I'm announcing it to them right now. I'm announcing it with my grenades. I'm throwing pine cones at them, actually. I'm throwing pine cones. These are not grenades, okay? The explosive part is literally just the resin of the tree, okay? It's just the resin of the tree. That's all it is. Anyway, there we go. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Wow. Massive amount of renown right there, too. Okay, so... yeah, unfortunate for me that I was unable to... Wait a minute. How did they take those guys prisoner? How did they take the other vassals prisoner? That's kind of weird, isn't it? That is actually really, really strange. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to need to recruit some more troops, actually. I need to level those up because we are losing quite a few. I mean, I still have 340, you know, 340 something. So it's not too bad. Just level those up. And actually, you know what? We don't even need to. Because we have a bunch of prisoners, and that allows us to resupply ourselves relatively easily without having to really worry too much. So that's obviously one of the good things about taking prisoners, being able to convert them, of course. However, sometimes that is just never going to happen, because sometimes they're tier 6 and they take 10,000 years to actually do that. But yeah, anyway, we're just going to execute these, as you do, you know. As you do. My axe hungers for their blood and so on and so forth, you know. He told me that he's very hungry, so, you know, that's what we're going to do. And, yeah, Verona Castle, let me actually just take a quick look at the dungeon. Yes, as you can see. So, hilariously enough, because the castle has taken some of these guys prisoner, I will be unable to take them out, which is hilarious. Because we, because we don't have the ownership over it. The castle is Neymar's settlement, so I won't be able to do anything there, which is quite funny. Oh, Cayman Castle has just been taken by someone. Who actually took this? It wasn't me, that's for sure. I'm going to assume it was Uros or something like that. I have no idea, but whoever it was did a great job. For some reason, I have ownership over this. I don't really want it, if I'm honest. So I am going to be giving it to Robert. There we go. Uros is not on the bill, so, you know, bad luck for him, I suppose. I guess I should have... actually, I could have given it to myself and then given it to him. Technically, I could have gifted it to him, I suppose. But, you know, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay, so let's just take a quick look. 409 in Pula, which may, in fact, be the best course of action for us. No, it was actually Robert that took this. Wow, he took this by himself. That is hilarious. That is actually really quite impressive. I'm very surprised that he was able to do that. Okay, you know what? I am actually going to be a bit audacious, and we're going to take this town right here. Because if I take this town, it is so much more out in the middle of nowhere. As in, it's out in the middle, basically. Not nowhere, but it's out in the middle, and this is going to make it a lot more of an attractive target for any kind of retaliation, and it's going to make it much more difficult for the enemy to decide. And that's exactly what we want, isn't it? That is exactly what we want. And so, let's see if we can actually create all these things. Bear in mind, I don't have any additional people. That is very much on purpose. I want our vassals to do their own thing. That is actually one of the things that I really, really love about strategy games. And this is a thing that I've talked about in the past, not so extensively, but basically what I really enjoy is I really enjoy seeing the AI of strategy games do things by itself without any kind of player interaction. And that really, it's not so much, shall we say, it's not so much fascinating, but I think it is very interesting to see how they do. Because there are many, many cases, you know, I mean, the most notable case, obviously, is Civilization, you know, pitting the AI of Civilization against each other, you know, because they all have different personalities and they all act differently and they all do different stuff, you know, they all, like, for example, pitting Gandhi and so on and so forth against the various other leaders of the world, as it were. And that's always really interesting to me to see who comes out on top in that situation when again, there's no player involvement. And that's kind of what I like to do with our vassals here. Even though I am interfering, obviously, in a certain degree, I am obviously doing my own sieges, and I am doing my own little actions here and there. I am attacking vassals, and, you know, I am doing stuff. I do think it's very interesting to see what happens when the player doesn't do much. And, well, unfortunately, she's come along now to help us. I say unfortunately, but I really should be very thankful, because I think it is actually super nice that she is doing this. But, again, I personally would prefer her to go and do something else. Neymar actually was the one to take Ancona, so I am probably just going to be giving this to her. She did an absolutely fantastic job. And bear in mind, now we have all of those wonderful loyalty increasing policies. I think we'll actually be completely 100% fine, and we won't have any issues with loyalty any further. At least that's the hope, because that's the exact reason, by the way, why I usually go for the forgiveness of debts policy almost instantaneously, because it basically completely and utterly negates the ownership problem that you have. Because obviously, if you're a different culture than the fief itself, then you have a -3 relation penalty, which well, not relation penalty, loyalty penalty. And I personally don't agree with that, because, okay, now here's the thing. Oh yeah, here's the thing. What I would love to see in that situation is a conversion meter, as in there is a timer or there's some kind of bar that indicates how long it takes a town to fully convert over to the other culture. Because let's face it, we are here for years, right? We've played this game for 5 years right now, right? And I'm not talking about Bannerlord in general, by the way, not in real life terms, even though, funnily enough, it is actually almost Maybe, has it been 5 years? Has it actually been 5 years since Bannerlord came out? It might be. Oh wow, it might be actually. Time flies, eh? Time flies. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that in that situation, a town could potentially become converted to the other culture. So for example, if I were to take this town, for example, you know, right here, you know, we're right in front of it, then what would happen is their culture over time would slowly start to become our culture. Our culture is obviously British, because that's what my character's culture is, and it generally would make a lot of sense for that to be a thing over the course of years, of course. I'm not talking about that being a thing that happens instantaneously or anything like that, because that would be a little bit too powerful, but I just don't understand why there would be any kind of loyalty penalty. I killed myself. Ah, yes. Never mind. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. There's not really gonna be any kind of problem here. We are gonna suffer some casualties, but that is really not that big a deal. Anyway, what I was wanting to talk about is the fact that generally it would be super cool if we could have some kind of system like that. And I'm not talking about mods here. I know that there are mods that do certain things like that, like they convert villages over time, they convert towns over time, and so on and so forth. But I'm talking about the base game. Once again, I'm talking about the base game because I'd love to see something like that actually be implemented, because let's face it, that makes sense. From a realistic perspective, it makes sense to have something like that happen, because if it doesn't, you're what are you going to do, you know? If it doesn't, then where are you then, you know? It just doesn't make any sense for it not to be in the game. At least in my opinion. Okay, we got this guy. He might actually make a pretty good vassal. He might make a pretty good vassal. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get him in just a moment. We're going to get him. Actually, you know what? Let me get him right now, and then we're just going to equip him with some of the stuff that I have in my inventory, because I don't really want to sell all of my stuff or sell potentially good gear for him. And then recruit him, and then I find out that I've sold all my stuff, and then I have to buy it all back, and that's going to be absolutely terrible and a bit embarrassing, because it's like I say to him, "Oh yes, let me get you some gear, sir." Okay, actually, he doesn't even need gear, as you can see right here. It doesn't even need it because he is looking pretty good. I mean, I guess I could give him this, which is relatively decent. Could give him some legendary shoes. Let's see. Is there anything else here? Yeah, we could give him that, I guess. I mean, he looks absolutely ridiculous now, but, you know, I mean, it's kind of matching Barney, isn't it? You know, he looks kind of ridiculous as it is right now anyway. There's a carbine in there as well. Yes, a carbine might be quite fun. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's give him that. And he's using rusty ammo, which is hilarious. Let's not give him that. Using a rusty infantry saber as well, so let's actually give him something relatively good. Let's give him a guard saber. There we go. And I think that's it. There we go. And now we can make him into a vassal. No, we've already made peace with the Spanish. That is an old notification. Okay, so wait a minute. Cayman Castle is now under siege. Kind of hoping that Neymar or someone is going to go over there and do that. I need to kind of stay here. But look at the loyalty. Look at our loyalty right now. We're gaining +3 loyalty while constructing. We are actually constructing something right now. And usually you would be getting a -3, probably. Probably a -3, -2, something like that. But we're getting a +3 just because we have every single thing that we could want. Forgiveness of debts, tribunes of the people, imperial towns, trial by jury, all of that stuff is making a huge difference to the loyalty of this town. And I can only hope that after it becomes a little bit more stable in regards to its food situation, we will have a good shot at maintaining control over it. As you can see, it is gaining some food from some of the caravans in the area as well. This is also the reason why I personally believe that this town is one of the most fantastic ones because it's right in the middle of everything, and basically you're going to get a huge amount of money, and that's exactly the reason why I'm going to be giving this to Uros. Hopefully he's going to have a pretty nice amount of cash coming his way. I mean, he's already got some pretty prosperous towns under his belt, but I just want to make sure that he's going to be completely fine. Anyway, we have now started our fight back against the Holy Roman Empire, and no doubt we are going to be facing some of their birds of prey, maybe. You know, their birds of prey are going to be coming at us, and they might be cloaked, and they might be cloaked across the neutral zone. You never know. Maybe some of the warbirds are going to come in from the Spanish sometime soon as well. And if you get my references, then props to you. I very much appreciate your knowledge. Yes, indeed. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.